Hey everyone, before we get started with the video, a couple of things. This video is not monetized or sponsored. Whatever you think the video is, I promise you it's different. What you're about to see and hear are my own thoughts, beliefs, and opinions. Don't subscribe, don't like or comment, don't engage with the video in any capacity, but please, I beg of you, please watch the entire thing. As you're watching it, let us put all of our biases, likes, dislikes, and brand loyalty aside. Think of me as a fellow viewer and a consumer. Ever since Megalag's expose on Honey and LTT's response to this entire thing, I wanted to make this video, but I was scared. I was contemplating this and I asked myself, what is my motivation? What's the end goal I'm trying to achieve here? As I was doing this, Gamers Nexus video came out where he announced that he was suing Honey, and he mentioned LTT's response regarding this thing. LTT then responded to Steve's video. Their response mainly consisted of ethics and morals of journalism, right to reply, wording that had legal connotations regarding defamation or big lawsuit energy as we call it, and an invitation to bury the hatchet and collaborate for the sake of consumers and tech. I then decided to not make this video because it was gonna be swept in this entire thing, generalized as drama without making any meaningful impact. But then Louis Rossmann released his video and it gave me the courage to talk about this. I've been watching LTT's content since 2013 and I think I subscribed to them in 2014. I can't tell you how many times I've watched their Tech Wiki series whenever I needed a complex concept explained to me. Or when I wanted to buy Surface Pro 3 and Linus's review was short and to the point with constructive criticism for the company. In addition, every time they called out Apple over their anti-competitive behavior was always appreciated. Over the lifespan of this organization, I remember LTT as this witty and creative organization that made us laugh, that made complex tech digestible, and brought to life some extremely interesting concepts. But the recent developments have left a sour taste in my mouth. First, there was the backpack warranty fiasco where instead of taking criticism and translating it into tangible actions, he capitalized on this by selling merchandise. Tech community rightfully called this out, but Linus's response was less than ideal, where he felt victimized and invited collaboration. Okay, no big deal. Then in 2023, Steve's video came out where he objectively laid all of the problems with LTT with evidence. Linus made a forum post, then made a video with all of their company's staff giving their own take on the situation. They then stopped their production entirely and made a response video, letting us know about the supercharging of the execution of the plan that they claimed they had in the pipeline for a long time, while integrating some new additions based on the feedback of the community. That was great. I, among so many others in the community, saw this opportunity as growth for LTT. I was happy with this development and I immediately noticed the improvement in the videos. They were better paced and more straightforward. Cut to Megalag's Honey expose where he criticized LTT for knowing about commissions poaching and their less than ideal response. In addition, they didn't even respond to his follow-up emails. I saw LTT's response on the Van show and I was disgusted to my very core. That response made me unsubscribe to every single one of their channels. First up, you should have let more creators know about this. You should have reached out to them directly and told them about this. But there was a forum post, right? That wasn't something you deliberately did immediately when you found out about this. That post was a response to a question. Nobody reads a forum post, especially one from a long time ago, buried in the search results. Same with Twitter. Hey, I completely get that and understand that creators don't communicate with each other and with their community regarding their business dealings, especially about their sponsors. Maybe we should. Maybe that's not a bad idea. This was a chance for you. A chance to say, hey guys, this thing happened. We should have let more creators know about this. To make sure this doesn't happen again, I'm launching a portal or a private thread on my forum, where you can join and collaborate with other creators regarding anything fishy you might notice about the advertising deals or your sponsorships. You can be anonymous if you want to. This could have been an amazing move for the tech community and the consumers, and everyone would have been applauding you for this. You would have been immune to any criticism whatsoever. Guys, I can't stress how new the reviewing industry is on the internet. It's barely a decade and a half old. To me personally, the most awful thing was their complete lack of remorse for their viewers. Yeah, you found out about the data misuse same time that we did, but you didn't even show any sympathy or remorse. In that regard, Charlie's response was amazing. He felt awful for his viewers and said he fucked up. That was it. Simple. The other thing that he mentioned was Mr. Beast did way more sponsorships than he did, so it's not too bad. But dude, your demographic has way more disposable income than Moldy Beast. And people keep saying, why is everyone mad at Linus? You should be mad at Honey. They're the bad guys. Yes, they are. Everyone should be absolutely livid with Honey. But guys, this points to a bigger problem. When established titles turned out to be a scam, people were mad at established titles as well as certain creators for not vetting this enough. Same with BetterHelp. Even after it was exposed, some people still kept taking sponsorships. Legal Eagle and Gamers Nexus sued Honey individually, and Steve mentioned Linus's response in his video. I have to be honest with you, that did feel out of left field. But I can also understand Steve's position. When someone has more than 16 million subscribers and millions upon millions of views, how they handle criticism, how they handle their online business, and how they handle their peers can become the go-to standard. Imagine if this happens to a smaller creator after this. They look at LTT and say, well, they never addressed it in a satisfactory way. Why should I? We should speak out and peer review our colleagues for the sake of consumers and the industry. We have to move away from this cult-like following and worshipping celebrities and influencers. These can be astronomically detrimental to the consumers and the tech. As this wasn't enough, he spoke about Steve. He mentioned that Steve left some valuable context in his video. His journalism wasn't up to par. He didn't give him his right to reply. And he implied that he's the bigger man willing to bury the hatchet. He made a big deal about follow-ups and right to reply, but why didn't he reply to Megalag's follow-up emails and clarify the situation? Bringing up the 2023 peer review from Steve in 2025. Really? Back in 2023, this was such a big deal for LTT, Linus posted a hasty response on his forum where he explicitly said he wasn't going to discuss it on his van show. So, no significant importance. But then he went on to lose 200,000 subscribers. He then made a follow-up video which was monetized, by the way, only turned off after community's outcry. Then about a week later, the plan video. You can't say 1.5 years later that you didn't get your right to reply or Steve misrepresented some facts. You responded to his video 3 times. He didn't reach out because there was a chance, no matter how insignificant, that the narrative could have been twisted. Linus also said that turning off monetization on the 2023 video was a tactic from Steve because he got so many views, exposure, and attention. So even if you turned off monetization, that was just so you could look good while garnering attention and exposure on the expense of LTT. Guys, I have a huge problem with this argument. Okay, Steve turned off the monetization in his video. Ask yourself this, what was the alternative? Monetizing the video, right? Where he would have been accused of stirring up drama for money? If someone is doing right by their community in good faith, they deserve every dollar, every ounce of attention, and every ounce of exposure that they can get. They need to be highlighted. This peer reviewing needs to be encouraged. We need to support them. That guy being accused of drama was talking about numbers and benchmarks for the most part. You responded to him 3 times, my man. Speaking of that response, the third one specifically, he said that to everyone who wanted us to come back even better, we're here for you and we're not going anywhere. Then he said this.
Second, I want to address everyone who wanted to see us fail. I guess all the same stuff. We're here for you, we're not going anywhere, and you're going to have to deal with that.
That thing sat with me. I have no idea why, but it just sat with me. Even in his second response video, he got very emotional, stating that people take an internal process error and they push it to the extreme, saying Linus is a thief. Most of us were just angry with you. We didn't want to see you fail. Hell, we don't even want to see you fail now. If anything, we still need more friendly competition and we need people to advocate for the consumer. But the fact that you chose to mention the most extreme end of that spectrum is just surprising to me. Those people need to be ignored because the world is just binary to them. Everyone is either good or bad. Seeing Linus Tech Tips over the years, I've seen them take great pride in their transparency. Credit where credit is due, they have been extremely transparent at numerous occasions, and I really appreciate it. Like the time Linus said he didn't want to spend more money to test the billet labs cooler further. Or that interview where everyone was pretty much transparent regarding the time restrictions on the videos. So, the criticism might feel a bit unfair to you when you think you're doing the right thing by just being transparent and honest. That brings me to the most important point in this video and why I wanted to make this video in the first place. When something wrong or controversial happens, we tend to one-dimensionalize everything. If someone did anything bad, every single thing they did before doesn't matter because their entirety is going to be defined by that wrong thing that they did. And I think the reason for this is when something good happens, that's the expectation, right? That's the standard. But when something bad happens, that's bad. I'm still thankful to every single time you stood up for the consumers, every single time you criticized tech giants, and every single time you provided your viewers with valuable insights and entertainment. So I say this with utmost sincerity. I think your ego has held you back. I think you let your ego cloud your judgment and what's right for the consumers. And unfortunately, that's something that a new plan or a new roadmap or new management can't fix. But I still believe in you. The community believes in you. I believe that you're capable of outgrowing that certain aspect of your life. Why are you so concerned about your self-image and making mistakes? Don't be. Make as many mistakes as you can, address them so the creators after you won't make them. We need you and your resources as our allies here so the tech can be made better and customers can get a better product. I hated saying all of this because I'm no moral authority. I'm a piece of shit, but I still needed to say it. I hope we see that personal growth on your channel. You know who I really feel bad about? Luke. Poor Luke just sitting there silently while this is going on. He's responsible for single-handedly saving this channel multiple times. Luke, take a vacation, man. Take a few years off. You deserve it.